What's up everybody, welcome to HDpiano. My name is Kale and in today's lesson we're going over She Will Be Loved by Maroon 5. In this part 1 video, I'll be teaching you how to play the main riff to the song. Here's how that sounds. So there you have it, that's the main riff, which is the guitar part of the song. Now before we break this down, I've got a question for everybody tuning in out there. Now Maroon 5 has been around for a long time. This song came out in 2002, which is crazy to think about. But over their career, they've released a lot of songs. So my question for you all is, what's your favorite Maroon 5 song? Comment below with your answer. We'd love to see what you guys have to say. Now let's break down this main riff really quickly. So we have some rhythmic stuff to talk about here. Your basic unit of rhythmic measurement in music is a quarter note, which gets one hit per beat. So if you're counting 1, 2, 3, 4, quarter notes would sound like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Pretty easy. Now this song uses eighth notes, which takes things one step further. So eighth notes get 2 hits to a beat. So if you're counting 1, 2, 3, 4, eighth notes sound like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. So in order to count eighth notes, we usually count them like this. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So we add the and to signify the extra hit per beat. We add that syllable. So we're going to use those terms to break down this main riff part. And we're going to go hand by hand because there's a couple interlocking rhythms that happen here, and it'll be easier if we break them down separately and then combine the two. So we'll start with the left hand. The left hand part goes like this. So that first bar is this. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So we're starting with a C with our pointer finger, and we're playing that on beat 1. And we're going to hold that out into beat 2. So 1, 2. And then when we get to beat 2, we're going to play it again on the and of beat 2. So 1 and 2 and. Just like that. 1 and 2 and. Then after that, we're also going to play that C note on beat 3 in the and of beat 3. So 1 and 2 and 3 and. 1 and 2 and 3 and. 1 and 2 and 3 and. And then finally on beat 4, we're not going to play a note, but on the and of beat 4, we're going to play a B flat with our middle finger. So overall, that bar will sound like this. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Just like that. Now the next bar is even more simple. So after we play that beat on the and of beat 4, then in bar 2 we actually rest for a little bit. So we have 1, 2 and. And we just play another B flat on the and of beat 2 and hold it out for the rest of the bar. So that'll sound like this. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So overall, both bars for the left hand part will sound like this. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Let's try that together really slowly before we move on to our right hand part. Ready? 1, 2, 3, go. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Alright, great job. Now let's set the left hand aside for now and focus on our right hand part. So we're going to start with our middle finger on E flat. And we're going to rest for one beat, so we go 1. And then on beat 2, we're going to play E flat. And we're going to play that not only on beat 2, but the and of beat 2, and then also 3 and as well. So that'll sound like this. 1, 2 and 3 and 4. 1, 2 and 3 and 4. 1, 2 2 and 3 and 4. Just like that. Now that's all we do for the first bar. But then for the next bar, we're going to add a few more notes. So after 1, 2, and 3, and 4, at the top of the next bar, we're going to move down to an F with our thumb. And on beat 1, we're going to play 1 and. So we'll play an F and a D. D with our pinky, F with our thumb. So 1 and. Then after that, we're going to go 1 and 2 and. We're going to play a D with our pinky on the and of beat 2. So 1 and 2 and. Now we're going to hold that D into beat 3. So that'll sound like this. 1 and 2 and 3. And on the and of beat 3, we're going to play an A flat with our pointer finger. So 1 and 2 and 3 and. Then finally, to close out this right hand part, we're going to play on beat 4, an F with our thumb, and on the and of beat 4, another D with our pinky. So that last bar of the right hand part is going to sound like this. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So the first time through the right hand part in totality will sound like this. 1, 2 and 3 and 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Now the second time around in the right hand part, one little extra thing gets added. When we come back around to beat 1, we're going to wait on beat 1, but at the and of beat 1, we're going to drop a G with our pinky. So 1 and. And immediately after that, we're going to answer it with the E flats on 2 and 3 and. So that G will sustain. Make sure you hold down your pinky while you play those E flats. So that'll sound like this. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Just like that. So let's try playing the right hand part 2 times through really slowly, remembering to add that G the second time. And then we're going to combine both our hands and try this part from top to bottom. So ready? Right hand part from the top. 1, 2, 3, go. 1, 2 and 3 and 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Okay, so now that you've learned each hand separately, let's try playing this part from top to bottom really slowly, combining both the left and right hands. Ready? 1, 2, 3, go. 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. 1 and 2 and 3 and again and. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 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 and. And nice job, you've learned the main riff to She Will Be Loved by Maroon 5. Thanks for following along with this hybrid piano lesson from HDpiano. Please consider subscribing below and also following us on Twitter at HDpiano. You can tweet your song requests to us using the hashtag HDrequests. Also, please consider liking us on Facebook where we're posting a bunch of great piano content. Catch you guys over at hdpiano.com for part 2 of this lesson where we cover the chorus.